Okay, so guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Second Life. Yeah, we're back in Second Life and we're back to earning Linden Dollars. That is what we're doing here in Second Life. We are trying to earn Linden Dollars by fishing for it. Yeah, that is what we're doing. We are trying to learn, not learn, but earn. We are trying to earn Linden Dollars by fishing for it. And right now I'm back here in Stress Free. That is the name of this place. This place is called Stress Free. Why? I don't know. Maybe if you come here, you'll be free from stress. Or maybe not. Okay, so we can hear the sound or the sounds because there's many of them. We can hear the sounds of other avatars fishing. And the fishing game is virtual fishing. It is the best. Yeah, it's the best fishing game to earn Linden Dollars with. So I have my cast counter. It's counting. And this is, I guess you can say, my first buoy here in Stress Free. If I'm not mistaken, there are multiple. You heard that right. There are multiple virtual fishing buoys here in Stress Free. And for each buoy, avatars have a maximum of 40 casts. 40 casts. And there is a, I guess you can call a timer. So for each cast, the time is 1 minute. So that means it would take 40 minutes or a little bit more than 40 minutes to complete the entire buoy. Okay, we have someone in chat. I'm having a hard time reading because the texts are too small. Noob VR official. Noob VR official said hi. Hi to Noob VR official as well. Okay, nothing much is going to happen. If you are wondering what the experience is when you are fishing for Linden Dollars in Second Life, this is it. This is the experience. And as you can see, it's not very exciting. Yeah, because it's fishing. Unless the fishing game is an arcade game, I wouldn't say fishing is very exciting. It's not. Especially in Second Life. Fishing in Second Life is not very exciting. I have no other words to describe fishing in Second Life. A lot of people are doing it. If you look at the number of avatars here in Stress Free, there are a total of 45 avatars in the entire region, and I would assume all of them are here fishing for Linden Dollars. And guess what? You know why a lot of these avatars are doing this? It's because they are able to get free Linden Dollars for doing it. If you take away the Linden Dollars, no one will do it, or no one will do this. which means the incentive or the motivating factor in doing fishing in Second Life is Linden Dollars, which is, for those who don't know, Linden Dollars is the currency used in Second Life, and it's actually worth real cash. Yeah, if you have the only way to get Linden Dollars is by buying it from Linden Lab, and you can also exchange it back to US dollars. And after exchanging it back to US dollars, you can cash it out to your bank or your PayPal account, which makes Second Life the one and only, well, I wouldn't say one and only, true play to earn metaverse. The other one is Planet Entropia or Entropia Universe. Yeah, those are play to earn metaverses that you see that are tied with crypto or the blockchain. Those are all scams. Okay, those are all scams. If you are looking for a true play to earn metaverse, there are only two: Entropia Universe and Second Life. Because in Entropia, you can also cash out your what is the currency? I forgot. There you go, PED. PED is the currency used in Entropia Universe. It's called Project Entropia Entropian Dollar, something like that. Anyway, but it's easier to earn Linden Dollars in Second Life than to earn PED in Entropia, because Entropia Universe is it's a big, it's a gambling MMO. Everything is gambling in Entropia Universe. So yeah. But in Second Life, if you are a content creator, you know how to create things, you know how to make things in a third-party 3D application, like maybe Blender. You know how to make clothes in Blender. You know how to make buildings in Blender. You know how to 3D model in Blender. Well, you can take your 3D model and upload it in Second Life and sell it. Because I would say like maybe 90 to 99% of Second Life is user generated. Linden Lab deals more on selling virtual land. Everything else, like the house in front of my avatar, even the clothes my avatar is wearing, they're all made by other users. And if you are real good and you know how to, run a business, or you know how to sell things, market things, you could probably make a decent living making things for Second Life. And if you don't have any other skills, well, you can do what I do. You can just fish for Linden Dollars. It doesn't take any skills. I guess you'll need a little bit of, basic Second Life skills, like attaching objects, wearing things, buying things, the basics. Because you'll need to get the free fishing rod and then attach it to your avatar, wear the fishing rod, and then the HUD, how to wear or attach the HUD. So you'll need at least basic knowledge of Second Life. But that's it. Once you have the rod, once you have the HUD, and you are at a virtual fishing place that is running an event like here in Stress Free, I believe they're running an X3. I could be wrong. Let me check. Nope. It's not an X3, it's only an X2 multiplier event, which means everyone that is fishing right now is getting twice the amount of Linden dollars than normal rate, which is, I don't know what the normal rate is. Maybe the normal rate is around what, 0.1 to 0.8. It's not even a whole Linden dollars. Anyway, a lot of people are doing this. So if you are in Second Life and you think it's a waste of time, and someone is telling you, dude, that is a waste of time. No, it's not. Unless, of course, they're giving you Linden dollars for free. If they're not, if those people who are saying to you that this is a waste of time, yet they can't even bother to, give you a few Linden dollars to buy things, they are all just saying bullcrap. Okay, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Now, if they're willing to give you and finance your, expenses, or, your shopping expenses in Second Life, sure, listen to them. Maybe it's a total waste of time. But if you ask them for Linden dollars and they don't give you anything, yeah, don't listen to them. They're not your friends. Because if they say that this is a waste of time, they should at least have other alternatives that will allow you to earn free Linden dollars without getting another degree in computer or graphics design and 3D modeling. Some would say, just get a job and buy the Linden dollars. Why can't you have a job and still do this? It's not exclusive, okay? It's not exclusive. You can have a job. You can have like 10 jobs and you can still fish for Linden dollars. It's not, they're not exclusive. And besides, there are a lot of people who don't want to spend real money, in a virtual universe or a metaverse. And since Second Life is mostly like a glorified 3D chat room, yeah, it's a glorified 3D chat room. You have an avatar that you can dress up. Or you can have like your own place where you can hang out when you're not. But then again, hang out, really? Really? Just hang out? What? Anyway. There's a lot of things you can do in Second Life, by the way, especially if you are a builder, or especially if you are a creator. You know how to make things, you know how to build things. You can have like a lot of fun building things if you know how. And if you are starting in Second Life, you have like 0 Linden dollars, do virtual fishing. Okay, do virtual fishing. In an hour, you'll get maybe 10 to 20 Linden dollars, depending. It's all RNG, so yeah. You'll get like 10 to 20 Linden, and you'll be able to dress up your avatar and not look like a total noob. Because if you go to the marketplace, you'll be able to buy a lot of items that are worth 0, which is free, to 1 Linden dollar, and many of them look really great. Then, of course, if you want to upgrade, update your avatar, maybe buy a premium mesh body, like maybe Legacy, which is like 20 US dollars. Of course, it's not 20 US dollars in Second Life, it's around maybe 5,000, which is almost equivalent to 20 US dollars. So, yeah, it'll take longer. You know, if you're just fishing for Linden Dollars, it'll take longer, but you'll eventually get there. But if you're not into, you're not very savvy to, making your character look super realistic or hyper realistic, you know what? The free ones and the dollar beasts, we call them dollar beasts. Okay, so 0 Linden Dollars are freebies. 1 Linden Dollar items are dollar beasts. So there's a lot of items that are, you know, will work with your avatar and won't make you look like a total noob. In fact, my avatar, the only thing that is expensive on my avatar is the black outfit, the jacket and the pants. I think it's like 99 Linden Dollars. That's it. I believe the sword is 1 Linden Dollar. The backpack is 1 Linden Dollar. The cowboy hat, I think that is 1 Linden Dollar. Except another thing that's expensive is maybe the glasses. Yeah, the glasses. If I'm not mistaken, or if my memory is correct, the glasses or the eyeglasses is maybe around 200 to 300 Linden Dollars. But that was like purchased like, I don't know, a long time ago. Again, still the best way of learning of earning Linden Dollars in Second Life is by making things or providing a service or doing a business. Everyone has heard about the famous realtor in Second Life that made millions buying and renting land. Yeah, if you have a service like that, sure, you'll make a lot of Linden Dollars, which you can possibly cash out. You can cash out Linden Dollars. There is no minimum as far as I know. Although I wouldn't suggest that you cash out below 100 because of the fees. The fees alone. Oh my goodness! Every time you cash out, I would assume, based on experience, you'll have like a $6 fee. That is quite a lot of dollars. So if you happen, maybe you're in you are in an event with a raffle or something like that, and you won what 10,000 Linden Dollars, and you want to cash it out. Yeah, I would suggest that you wait until you have like maybe 30,000 Linden Dollars before you cash out or before you exchange it back to US dollars. Again, because of the fee involved. Because the exchange will take like $3, and then if you transfer it to your PayPal account, it will take another $3. So in total, there will be a fee of $6. So if you're going to cash out a 10 US dollar, if you're going to cash out 10 US dollars from your Second Life account, nah, that is not advisable. Anyway, again, I'm here at Stress Free. Yeah, the place is stress free in Second Life. I have no idea what their business is, but every day they are running multiplier events. Yeah, every day. The same with the Notorious Kingdom. And then there's another place that runs multiplayer events every day, but I can't go to that place because it's a naked fishing place. So anyone can go there as long as they're not wearing any clothes. But of course, I'm not going to go there because I do stream my avatar fishing for Linden Dollars. So yeah, that is a no-go zone. Oh, by the way, recently I tried using Cool VL Viewer once again. I wanted to see how it will run on my system. I've used the Cool VL Viewer before. I've tried it multiple times, but I'm not really happy with the viewer because the viewer tends to use a lot of CPU process. So the latest one, downloaded it, and of course, Defender is flagging it to be malicious. So I had to ignore Defender before I could even download and install it. And then after installing it, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the Cool VL Viewer. Sure, it's lightweight, but it's using too much process. Firestorm is like, again, this is based on my experience of, okay, I'm pretty sure other avatars, other users will have a different experience with different viewers. But again, just based on my experience, yeah, the Firestorm viewer is better both in performance and uh, resource usage. And of course, features. Firestorm wins hands down, and I don't have the reason why I wanted to, give the cool VL viewer another try is because I don't have a high-end system right now. My Firestorm, the viewer I'm using is set to the lowest graphic settings, but comparing that to cool VL viewers, also set in the lowest graphic settings, Firestorm wins like it's not even a contest. It's not even a contest, unfortunately. Of course, I'm not saying that I'll never use the cool VL viewer because maybe later down the line, maybe next year or maybe 2 years from now, I might give it another try. Who knows? Who knows? By that time, maybe Firestorm is no longer the king of third-party viewers. I was going to install Alchemy, and then I realized that Alchemy was still installed. And then when I checked the website for Alchemy Viewer, it hasn't been updated. Yeah, it hasn't been updated for a while. And then I also have like the Genesis Viewer. Okay, another one of those third-party viewers aimed or made for low-end PCs. Yeah, still have it installed. went to the website of the Genesis View, and yeah, just like Alchemy, it hasn't been updated for a while. So right now, based on my own experience, I'm not discounting the experience of other Second Life users. Just this is just based on my own experience. Firestorm is the hands down winner, both in performance, features, and I guess everything. Okay, so we are 33 minutes in. You can see the timer over there. Yeah, so exactly we are at the halfway mark as well. We are at the halfway mark. 21 cast. Again, in virtual fishing, you have like a limit of 40 casts per day. That is 40 casts per day per buoy. Oh, look at that. It says there your avatar complexity is 84,656. You may not be rendered by everyone around you. Yeah. Uh, Complexity is basically just a number representing how complex your avatar is, like attachments, textures, and things like that. And you can set that in your, you can set like a threshold or a limit in your third-party viewer. So a good example of complexity, the threshold working. If you look in front, you'll see a gray avatar in front, right there in front of my avatar. You see that gray looking figure? That is an avatar, but the avatar did not render because the avatar, the avatar's complexity is beyond the limit that I set for in my viewer. Maybe, yeah. So my limit is 40k complexity. Obviously, if that avatar it didn't render, it meant or it means that that avatar, the complexity of that avatar is way more than 40k. So why do you do this? Because if you don't and you just let very complex avatars render, it will cause lag. Yeah, it will cause lag. And if you are already lagging badly and your graphic setting is already set to the lowest, just slide that slider down, bring down complexity to 20k, and maybe that will help your lag problem. The same with draw distance. Okay, my draw distance is, I believe, Okay, so my draw distance is at 64 meters. If I'm still lagging at 64 meters, I can lower that to the minimum, which is 32 meters. And of course, particles, you can also set the number of particles displayed on screen, because if you have like a lot of particle effects, that will cause massive viewer lag. And based on what I've seen or what I saw in the preferences, uh, my particle setting is set to 256. That is not a lot of particles. Not a lot of particles. So what are particles? Well, uh, yeah, you'll know what particles are, like fireworks, things like that. They are usually particles. Smoke, usually they are particles. Even water effects. Sometimes there are water effects that are made of particles. Rain, snow, things that fall from the sky. Yeah, those are particles. Explosion effects, they are particles. Okay, so for those just coming in, you're watching my avatar in Second Life, and my avatar is fishing for Linden Dollars. Yeah. What else are we supposed to do in Second Life except, earn Linden Dollars so we can buy things? Again, Second Life is a platform for content creators and builders. But if you're not any of those, Second Life for you could be just a glorified chat system. Or if you're not using it for chat, well, you can still, maybe for others, Second Life is like a glorified dress-up game. Which is actually quite fun, you buy things and you just, let your avatar wear it. Look at my avatar. My avatar is like wearing a lot of things: backpack, sword, hat. My avatar even have like a Pip Boy. A Pip Boy. You know what a Pip Boy is? It's that console thing you find in Fallout. Okay, if you played Fallout, or if you are familiar with Fallout, you'll know what a Pip Boy is. Is my avatar's Pip Boy functional? Of course not. It's not functional. It's just a decor. It's just an accessory. Okay? It's just an accessory. The fishing rod is functional. Yeah, that's functional, because you can't fish without a fishing rod. Even if the fishing rod is invisible, you still need a fishing rod. It's like a part of the system. And if you're in Second Life and you are looking for like a way to bring in people into your land, get people to come to your land, I suggest that you try virtual fishing, because the free buoy of virtual fishing will only tax you 20% of the funds you put in the buoy. 20%. Other systems like this, Fish Hunt, Magic Fishing, Celestial Butterfly, even Lindo, their free server, yeah, we'll just call it a server, that is generally the technical term for it. The free server will tax you around 60 to 65% living, which means your guests or those coming in to earn Linden Dollars from your land will only get like 35 to 40% of the money. Oh, there you go. If you want your guests, your fishers, your visitors to get most of the money, uh, but you don't want to spend a lot on a buoy right now because you're just starting your business, whatever it is, or service. But you do want to bring in people. You want people to come in to check out your place. Yeah, try virtual fishing. I would suggest virtual fishing. And there are those who would say that these traffic generating games, yeah, I also call them traffic generating games. Some would say that they don't work, but again, based on my experience, it does work. Because for example, there was this location that had or has a for example, lagoon retreat. Okay, they would always have like an extra event, and then I would go to their events, and there I found that they were selling small worms at a cheaper price. See, I wouldn't have known that they were selling cheap worms if I hadn't seen, or if I hadn't went to their multiplayer event. So it does work in a way, especially if you have a very interesting product, or you have a very interesting service that people might enjoy acquiring or buying. But in this place, in the case of this place, stress free, I have no idea what the business is. They don't have anything for sale. They're not offering any service. So yeah, I would just assume that whomever owns this region, he just likes giving away Linden Dollars, which is very generous of him. Also, if you just you just came in and you're wondering what the game is, well, I wouldn't really call it a game, but yeah, it's Second Life. Okay, and if you're a kid, do me a favor and stay away from Second Life. Okay. Although I believe Second Life doesn't allow kids. If I'm not mistaken, the age is like maybe 16 or 17 before you can create an account. And if you're younger than that and you created an account, Second Life, well, what are you doing? What are your parents doing? Okay, you are committing a crime. Look over there. Look over there. If you see over there, you'll see another gray avatar. Again, the reason why the avatar is gray is because the complexity of the avatar is over the threshold that I set in my viewer, which is 40K. 40K. Anything higher than 40K will not render. And if you look at this avatar next to me, see this nice looking avatar next to me? Yeah. The reason why this avatar is rendered, there you go. Okay, so the reason why that avatar is rendered and displayed on screen is because the avatar's complexity is under the threshold or the limit that I set in my viewer, which means that avatar is not super complex or it's not super laggy. It won't cause you lag at all. Well, that's not true because yeah, they will still cause you lag. And that is one reason why it's not one of I would assume, okay, I would assume why Second Life never really became a thing. Because how can something like Second Life become a thing if the entire place becomes laggy? If there are like 10 or more avatars in one location. You can't even have an event, okay? Yeah. How can you have a massive event, okay? Who would want to do a concert in Second Life, you know? If you have if you can't have if they can't have like 1,000 avatars in one location, okay? How can you have a school, you know? How can you have a school in Second Life if you can't have like 100 or 200 avatars in a location? And yeah, it has been like decades, over decades, and Linden Lab hasn't really solved that problem. Uh, they are too focused on making avatars pretty. Okay, they are too Linden Lab. Okay, I'm going to repeat this again. Linden Lab is too focused on making avatars pretty than improving the engine or the system itself. They are too focused on making avatars pretty. Okay, so that was like a very simple script. Okay, that's nothing complicated about that script. I just checked. I just checked the touch event, whether it's set to owners only, and yeah, the touch event is set to owners only. Okay, looking at my cast counter, I'm already at 35 casts. 5 more casts until I'm done with this buoy. After this, I'll be moving to a different buoy. I guess I'll make maybe 20 Linden Dollars in this one. One thing I would like for content creators make in Second Life, make a proper, I wouldn't say a proper MMO, but something like that, something similar to Dark Life. You see, back in the day, there was like this RPG, okay, in Second Life. It's called Dark Life. And when I discovered Dark Life, they were already closing. Yeah, too bad, too bad. After Dark Life, I don't think anything existed. There are RP servers or RP regions in Second Life, but it's mostly like it's not really a game like an RPG. It's more like just RP. It's not a game. RP and RPG, they're not the same thing. Okay. RP is like role playing. It's role playing. You're like acting out something. You are a character in the you're a character in whatever world they're trying to make, and you are acting out your character. Okay, something like that. RPG is that is a game. Okay, that is a game. It has a leveling system. There are mobs to fight. There is a main story moving forward. So they're not the same thing. They're not. And yeah, after Dark Life, I think there was another one. After Dark Life, I forgot what the name was, but it also didn't last long. It's mostly because of the cost of owning or running a simulator. It just costs a lot of money. And because Second Life is inherently laggy, imagine fighting a mob only to die because you're lagging. So now, besides having other avatars on the region, you'll also be spawning mobs to fight. And trust me, that will cause a lot of lag. And if it's lagging, okay, if it's lagging, it's not fun. Lag kills fun. Okay, so this is the 40th cast. There you go. Again, if you just came in game or the world is Second Life and you're watching my avatar fish for Linden Dollars, and I'm here at Stress Free in Second Life because they're running an X2 multiplier virtual fishing event. If you're looking for a traffic generating game to place on your business or land, but you are tight on money, you don't have a lot of cash, try using virtual fishing. Okay, it's they have a free buoy, and it, the free buoy will only take 20% tax. The rod is free, the hull is free, and there are like literally thousands of avatars that are into virtual fishing. So you will definitely get visitors on your map. even if you even if you even if you don't even if you don't run a multiplier event, that's just how great virtual fishing is, because avatars will still make a little bit of cash fishing in a normal virtual fishing buoy with a normal rate than with others. Okay, what happened? There you go. It says there. It seems you have caught all fishes here. Please find a new location. And with that, going to end the stream. Hope you guys. Oh, there is a version 1.7 is out, which enforces names to be 24 or less characters. What is this? Okay, so this is for tundra fishing. Okay, so anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. You know, you want to see more of my avatar just earning Linden Dollars by fishing. Okay, and if you want to listen to me ramble on things that I just repeat every time I stream, yes, subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Enable the notification button if you're watching in Kick or in Trovo or even in Rumble. Follow the channel there. Again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye for now.